Hello, everyone. Let's see who's here today. Hi, Gaia. So, who do we have? I don't know if Joel is still here. Did he disappear? But it's good if you guys start doing lessons, like more private lessons than this live focus. So you can practice, you can speak, the teacher can hear you. It's good practice. How are you, Gaia? Are you okay? I don't know who is here today. Can you say hello again, guys? If you're there, I see that Gaia's here, but I don't know about the other students. Just so I know who I'm talking to. In our lesson today, we're going to talk about the 4 seasons. So not the famous hotel that is very expensive. There's a hotel in Florence called the 4 Seasons. We're going to talk about the actual 4 seasons. So what are the 4 seasons? Hi, Danieli. Welcome. Welcome to the focus. So for the moment, do I have only Gaia and Danieli? Anyone else? Just waiting a few seconds. You okay, Danieli? It's a nice day today, finally. After all the rain yesterday, what a strange day yesterday. It was raining and then it stopped and it was sunny and then it rained again. It was very strong, the rain. Very good for my garden. Okay, so guys, Gaia and Ranieri, what or whoever is there, can you tell me what the 4 seasons are? What are the 4 seasons in English? And now, what season are we in? Hi, Januka, welcome. Gaia, your hands are sweaty. Why? Are you nervous about the 4 seasons? No. If you're worried about the lesson or the you have today, don't worry. It's just like when you went to school, the same, except on the computer. But for us, for the teacher, it's very nice to see the students face to face. I mean, okay, with the computer. Because like this, I mean, I can see your messages, but I can't speak to you. And it's a bit frustrating sometimes. I would love to speak with you guys. Hi, Andrea. Welcome. I'm sorry, I don't remember who you are, my dear. Can you write me your name? Aha, so Gaia's answered the question. Spring, autumn, winter, and summer. Well done. Maybe not the correct order. So we have summer, autumn, winter, spring. Yes, very good. So now we are in which season? What season are we in today? It's the end of April. Hi, Fabio. Welcome. It's the end of April, so we are in which season? Yes, Ranieri, now we are in spring. And yesterday was a typical spring day. We had some spring showers. What is a spring shower? You know, a spring shower? What is a spring shower? So not when you go to the bathroom to wash your hair. What is a spring shower? Any ideas? You say the same in Italian, Gaia. You say doccia primaverile. I don't know if this is correct in Italian, but when it rains, usually in spring, it rains a lot. So maybe it rains for a little, and then you have some sun, and then it rains. These are spring showers. Yes, well done, Gianluca. Yes. And it doesn't have to be only in April. It can be also in May, or it's a typical thing of spring. It often rains in spring. In Italy, so, but in England, definitely. In England, it definitely rains in spring. And then there's sun and rain and sun and rain and sun. Okay. So let's continue with the lesson. So in this lesson, we can write a paragraph. So I don't know if you want to write a paragraph. If you want to write, you can send us your writing at the email of the school, and we can check what you write if you want. We're going to use some adjectives to describe the 4 seasons, and we're going to describe feelings, how you feel. Do you like summer? How do you feel in summer? Okay. So let's start with some questions. So guys, what is your favorite season and why? That's a good question. I like spring and I also like summer. I like spring because I can sit outside like a lizard. You understand? A lizard, una lucertola. And I can warm up after the winter. This is my favorite moment, when the sun comes out and it's warm, and we can just, but it's not too warm, and I can sit outside and relax. Hi, Elena. Welcome to the lesson. So guys, what's your favorite season and why? Do you like winter? Hi, Gabriela. Welcome. We're talking about seasons, Gabriela. Can you tell us what your favorite season is and why? Basically, I'm a big fan of the sun. So when there's the sun and there's light, I feel more optimistic. So I'm always happy when there is the sun. So Gianluca says that his favorite season is summer. Let's see. My favorite season is summer. This is Gabriela's message. My favorite season is summer because I hate the cold. And Gianluca also is the same. My favorite season is summer because I like the sea. I like the sea, yes. Hi, Luca. Welcome. Gaia says that her favorite season is the summer because it's the season when she was born. She's a summer child. Ranieri has a long answer. My favorite season is spring because I like the weather that isn't too hot and the nature that I like to see the nature that is growing. And in particular, because winter is it's the end of winter. Yes, I agree. There's something very hopeful. Hopeful, you know, how do you say in Italian? Speranzoso. Something hopeful about the spring. Something new is happening. The plants are growing, as Ranieri says, and it feels like there's a lot of life, yeah, with the animals, the birds, the plants. Yeah, it's a new beginning. Elena, like Ranieri, likes the spring. It's a nice season. Yes, hopeful. Yeah, you know this word, hopeful? I don't know if you can say speranzoso. It sounds a bit strange in English, in Italian. Full of hope. Yeah, hopeful. Yeah, especially after hibernation. You understand hibernation when you stay in the house like a bear and you don't move, you don't eat, you just stay like this. Then in spring, you feel more alive. So anyone else hasn't told me their favorite season? Luca, what's your favorite season? What about, what am I missing? Fabio, you haven't told me your... Ah, interesting. My favorite season is winter because there aren't any mosquitoes. That is true. That is a big problem with summer in Quarata or in Prato or the Pistoia area. There are many, many mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are so bad. Now already in my house, I have found a few mosquitoes. And in my garden, there are some tiger mosquitoes. It's starting now. And then for all of summer, and even in October, sometimes in November, I have found some mosquitoes. They're very strong. I hate them. So yeah, Luca is right. Winter is good for the mosquitoes. No mosquitoes. Anything else? Anyone else has a favorite season? I find that usually Italians love the summer. Also because in summer, it's a holiday. Usually you don't go to school. Maybe you have a holiday from work. So guys, what is your least favorite season? The season that you don't like so much? So which season don't you like? I don't know which one I don't like. I think I would like winter, but winter in Italy is not a real winter. There's no snow. It's not very cold. I would like a real winter with snow. But I say this now, but if it was really like, I don't know, a Canadian winter, I don't know if I would be very happy. But one time I would like to have a real winter. So guys, what season don't you like? Nobody has answered. I'm waiting to know. Yeah, I think I prefer spring to autumn also, because autumn, it feels like it's the end, the beginning of the end. Let's see what Gianluca says. He says that my least favorite season is winter because I hate the cold. Mm-hmm. And then he answers questions 3 and 4. Very organized, Gianluca. The question 3 is, what can you do during your favorite season? And Gianluca says, during my favorite season, I can go out with my friends. I can go out to the beach. I can go to the beach. True, in summer, there's something beautiful about the summer is that the days are long. So it feels like you can do more things. You can go out in the evening. And in question number 4, what can't you do during your favorite season? Gianluca says he can do everything. Well, you can't go skiing, Gianluca, I guess, in summer. Gabriela says that she doesn't like winter because it's cold and I have to dress too much. Yeah, you have to wear many things. You have to wear a sweater, you have to wear a jacket and maybe a scarf and a hat. And it's true that when you go inside, it's hot, so you have to take everything off. But when you go outside, you have to put everything on. So you have many things to carry. Especially, I don't know, if you go in a shop, then you have to take off your jacket. Elena says that she loves sunny days, but she doesn't like when it's too hot. Yeah, that's the problem with the Italian summer. It can be really hot. And then maybe it's even difficult to go out, especially at lunchtime. You just want to stay in the house with your shutters. Your shutters are, you have the window, and then you have the shutters that block the light. Yeah, shutters. I'll write it down. So in Italy, you have to stay at home with your shutters closed and wait for the afternoon, 4-5 p.m. to go out because it's so hot. So that's a problem. But I don't know, I like the slow days in summer. It's so hot that you don't do anything, you move slowly. Maybe you have a nap. Remember when you sleep in the afternoon? If you're very lucky, you are at the seaside and you can go for a swim. Anyone else? What can you do in your favorite season? So for the moment, I think only Luca likes the winter. Luca, what can you do in winter that you like? Then I think Ranieri and Elena like the spring. What can you do in spring? That's nice. And then I think Gianluca, Gaia, and I think also Gabriela like the summer. What can you do in the summer? For example, in winter, I don't go out much. I prefer to stay at home. And in summer, or in spring, I'm happier to go out, maybe in the evening with friends. In winter, it's like, I don't want to go out. Also because the days are very short and it's dark. You just want to go to bed or watch TV. So no one's telling me what they like to do in their season. Come on, guys. You're not inspired. So I'll let you think about it a little bit, and I will go to the next slide. Okay, our first slide is about the spring. So I want to brainstorm to think about many words. Sorry, interruption. I have an answer by Ranieri. Let's see. Oh, my mouse. Here we go. Ranieri says that in spring, I like to visit new cities and new areas of Italy, especially in the south. Yeah, spring is a good moment to travel. It's not too hot. And especially if you go to the south of Italy, the weather is probably wonderful. Gaia says, during the summer, I play with my friends. But Gaia, your friends are there. They're not in another city on holiday. So here we have an answer about spring. In spring, the weather is warm. Yes, indeed. What else can we say about the weather? Or the spring in general? How can we describe spring? Ranieri thinks that the perfect weather is in spring. Ooh, Gabriele gives something very poetic. It's the awakening of nature. Yeah. So an adjective to describe this, maybe we can say lively. Lively, there's a lot of life, a lot of things happening. It's lively. It's full of life. What else can we use to describe spring? In Italy, not so much, but in England, it's definitely wet. It rains a lot, so you could say that it's wet. The weather is quite wet. Ah, I understand, Gaia. So you say that in summer you go to a village. Do you mean a village as in un paesino, or do you mean a village as a resort? A resort is like a big hotel with many houses for people to live. So it depends what you want to say, Gaia. So if you go to a village, it's an actual paesino, and you have your friends with you. So this is perfect, Gaia. You can play with your friends and be in a nice location. Gianluca says, for me, spring is the perfect season to visit cities. You can say to visit. I think Ranieri and Gianluca agree about this. Yeah, it's true that in spring, you can go for a weekend, maybe somewhere. You can visit new locations, and it's not too hot. The perfect weather. Ranieri says that in spring, you can see the colors of the countryside. Yeah. As Gabriela said, the countryside awakens. Yeah, si sveglia. It wakes up, and you can see all the plants growing. It's very nice. Okay, so a village. Yes, it's correct. Good job. Because many Italian people say un villaggio for a resort, for a type of hotel, and it's not correct. You can't say, this summer at the seaside, I'm staying in a village. No, I'm staying in a resort. Okay, any other words to describe the spring? Let's see what they say. Here we have some more specific questions. What do you see in spring? What can you see in spring? So you've already said some things, but I don't know. What's the typical thing that you can see outside in spring? Gabriela, you can smell the holidays in spring. You can feel the holidays coming. It's true. I feel like when the good weather starts, even if we are in April or May, I already feel like the summer is near and the holidays are near, even if it's not true. So yes, Luca, we can see flowers. As Gianluca says, we can see many colors. It's true. Flowers, trees, plants. I don't know, but I don't know if you have a garden, but in my garden, I see lots of birds. They come to my garden to eat like breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are when you finish your bread, and they're little pieces of bread. When you cut the bread, they're little pieces, and I put them outside in the garden, and the birds come to eat them. Yes, you can see new leaves. You can see shoots. Shoots are the beginning of the leaf, the little green part, and then it comes and it becomes a leaf. So you can see new plants starting, leaves. What fruits are typical in spring? What fruits can you see on plants? What's the typical thing that you can eat in spring? Yes. So Gaia says nature, animals, and food. Yeah, it's some people say that spring is the season of love because all the animals usually procreate in spring. So I think that maybe I don't know now if cherries have come, but soon it will be the time for cherries. At the moment, there are also strawberries. And how do you call when it rains and then you have the sun together? This is a typical thing in spring, you know, because it rains and there's sun and it rains. You see something in the sky with lots of colors. What's the name? So Gianluca says the fruits of springs are oranges, lemons, and pears. Are you sure, Gianluca? Oranges and lemons, aren't they a winter fruit? I think. Maybe I'm wrong, huh? Pears, I don't know about pears. I thought pears were more for autumn, but maybe I am wrong. I know that definitely strawberries and cherries come in spring. Watermelon, Gaia says watermelon and cherries. I think watermelon are in summer, but I can be wrong. I am not an expert. So what's the weather like? We said in spring, what's the weather like? Are these all the fruits of spring? Gaia has given us a collection of fruits. Apple, banana, pear. Is that an apricot? I think apricot is definitely summer. Kiwi. Kiwi, winter, spring, I guess you can have. Lemon, orange, strawberry, cherry, and watermelon. I don't know if you can see these fruits. They're very small. So guys, what's the weather like? Because in Italy, the weather in spring is it rainy or not so much? I know yesterday was rainy, But in general, do you think that spring in Italy is rainy? Or is it sunny? And what's the temperature like? Is it hot, cold, warm? No? Yeah, I think it's usually quite sunny in Italy in spring and quite warm. Then, of course, you have some strange days where it rains and where maybe the temperature goes down. Like maybe in the morning, it's a bit chilly. Do you know the word chilly? Chilly is like a little bit cold. I feel like sometimes in the mornings and in the evenings it's chilly, but during the day it's quite warm. Very pleasant. You know the word pleasant? Nice. Yeah. Okay. So we already talked if you liked spring or not. Let's continue. Yeah, I think these days have been very hot. I don't know if this is the typical Italian spring or if it's global warming, but we've had some very nice days. Now, guys, summer. How would you describe summer? Ranieri tells us about before. So before the weather was rainy or sunny, but now because of climate change, the weather is very changeable. You understand the word changeable? It changes from one day to the next. So before Ranieri, the weather was not changeable. Not like here, not like now. Yeah, I feel like now everything is changing all the time. So yes, the weather is hot in summer, definitely, especially in Italy, the weather is hot. What else, guys? What can we say about the weather? The weather or other things, huh? How can we describe? So everyone agrees, hot. What else can we say? Maybe even too hot? I don't know, I said slow. I don't know if you agree that in summer everything is slower. Everything goes more slowly. Aha, yes, Ranieri says on the beach. I think for most Italians, summer equals uguale, equals the beach. Gabriele says that spring is humid the first few months, but it improves as it approaches summer. So yeah, it's true. Humid, I feel like it could be more tropical, humid, maybe damp, Gabriela. Damp is wet, but in more cold, it's cold damp, yeah? Humid is wet, but hot. So we can see that Gianluca loves the summer. He says the summer is fantastic for me because it is when I have holidays. So yeah, I think this is a very important factor for many people because summer represents the holidays, some free time to do nothing, to relax. Yeah, summer is all about the sunny days. Let's see what questions they give us. So what happens in summer? So Ranieri says, I like swimming in the sea, but I don't like life at the beach. So I think I agree with Ranieri. I love the sea, I love the water, but I don't like the crowded beaches. Crowded, you understand crowded? When there are many, 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 many people. For me, this is a problem. The crowded beaches, um, I don't like to fight for a little piece of sand. Yes. So I prefer, but it's a shame because I would love to go to the beach more, but I don't want to drive. I don't want to spend all day at the beach. I like to go for a few hours in the morning and a few hours in the evening. But if you drive, I don't know, to Maremma, or it's impossible to go for just a few hours. You have to go all day. But it's too hot. What else, guys? What activities do you do in the summer? Do you only go to the beach in summer, or do you do other things in summer? What do you like to do? Ah, you see, Gaia is a swimmer and she loves swimming in summer. Yes. It's so refreshing. Yeah. When it's a hot day and you can jump in the water, it's so nice. Yes, in Maremma there are some free beaches where you can go without paying for the beach umbrella. Or, but for me, the problem at Ranieri is the drive. To drive there and to come home in one day is a lot. It's quite intense. I prefer to go for maybe 1 week or a few days. Ah, okay. So Gianluca says that in summer, if I'm in Prato, I go out with my friends in the city center. If I'm at the sea, I go to the beach, to beach parties, but also to visit some cities. So you do a bit of everything, Gianluca. Very nice. So Gaia either goes to her village or she goes to the beach. Not bad, Gaia, not bad. Is your village in the mountains, Gaia? Where is your village? I'm curious. Do you guys like to eat something different in the summer? What do you like to eat? Like, I know that I eat more fruit in summer. In winter, I don't eat a lot of fruit, maybe some apples, but in summer, I like to eat melon, apricots, peaches. I'm more interested in fruits and salads. What do you guys like to eat in the summer? Ah, but so your village is at the sea, Gaia. Folonica is at the sea, no? Yes. Luca has a good idea. Go to the mountains. I think some people go to the mountains in summer, and I think it could be very nice in the mountains. It's less hot, and maybe you can find a river or a lake to swim. It's very different from the sea. Aha, watermelon is definitely the fruit of the summer. Yeah, I agree with Gianluca. I like also to eat cold food, so not a soup, something light. You understand? Light, like a salad or um, something that you can digest easily. Ranieri likes to eat fish and drink white wine in summer. Very sophisticated, Ranieri. But yes, I agree. To eat fish at the seaside is very nice. Okay, guys, let's go to the next season. So after spring, summer, we will get dun, 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 autumn. Autumn, as we can see, the typical vegetable of autumn is pumpkin. At least for Americans, when we think of autumn, automatically we think of pumpkins. Also because pumpkins, we use them for Halloween to make the scary pumpkin. We carve, like we cut the pumpkin to make a scary face. So in America, there are farms where you can go to choose your pumpkins and you can buy just pumpkins and decide your favorite pumpkin. They're called pumpkin farms. Now in Italy also it's popular, but it's definitely an American tradition to carve, right, to carve your pumpkin. I love pumpkin. I think it's a delicious vegetable. So Gaia said before that in summer she only eats popsicles. Do you know popsicles? They are ice creams made with water, not with milk or cream. So they're like an ice cube with flavor and ice cream. So this is Gaia's favorite food in summer: popsicles and ice cream. Ah, yes, Ranieri reminds us of the grapes. Autumn is the season for wine and for wine, grape picking, you know, when you take the grapes. So it's a very important period in Italy because wine is very popular. It's the, I don't know, we could say wine season. Yeah, the colors of the leaves. Uh-huh. Gaia says, oh, sorry, I took the one. You don't like pumpkin, Gaia? Oh, they're different pumpkins. Not all pumpkins have the same taste. You should try different ones and maybe you will find one that you like. As Gabriele says, nature goes to sleep. Yes, it's the beginning of nature that falls asleep. Everything changes. The leaves fall from the trees. This is why in America we say fall for autumn, because of the leaves that fall. What else can we say to describe autumn? For Americans, there are two very important holidays in autumn. There is Halloween and there's Thanksgiving. I don't know if you know Thanksgiving. It's a typical holiday in October. I'm sorry. October. Yes, the last Thursday of October. And it's when you celebrate, Americans celebrate the Indians that helped them to survive and gave them food. So you have the typical food of autumn, like pumpkin. And in America, it's a big thing. It's the typical time when you watch American football on TV and you have a big lunch with your family. And it's also a national holiday. So Americans are very happy not to work. But in Italy, autumn is maybe less popular, the season. Also from Thanksgiving, it's the beginning of, after Thanksgiving, it's the beginning of the Christmas period. People start to decorate their houses. And I'm sorry, actually, Thanksgiving is in November, not in October. October is Halloween. Oops. I'm getting confused. So Ranieri says, I like spring and autumn because you can go traveling. Usually the weather is good. Yes, it depends where you go, but it can be rainy in autumn, especially if you go to the north. It can be a bit cold, rainy, windy. But the beginning, like September or October, are very good times to travel, especially in Italy, I think. So let's see the questions. Where is the best place to go in autumn? Where is the best place to go in autumn? Ranieri just said that it's a good time to travel. Where else? Where's the best place to go? In Italy, you have many food festivals in autumn. Like you have the Sagra of the cinghiale, you have the Sagra of the mushrooms. So if you like to eat, it's a good time. Then question number 2 is, what clothes do you wear in autumn? Obviously, it's not possible to wear just shorts and a t-shirt or a dress. The weather has changed. What do you wear in autumn? And are you happy that after the summer that is very, very, very hot, are you happy when the weather cools down a bit? Do you feel a sense of relief, like, finally? Or are you sad that the summer is over? Ah, yes. Luca says that in autumn, it's the beginning of school. Oh no, the summer holidays are finished and it's time to go back to school. So this is very sad. Yes. So what to do? But then you can see your friends. You can talk about the summer with your friends. What did you do? But I agree. It's hard to go back to school in September. But you're lucky in Italy that school starts in September, because in some countries, school starts at the end of August. So the summer holidays are very short. Yes, I think for me this is the problem. When I feel like the days are getting shorter. Autumn is the beginning of autumn is okay, but by the time you get to November, December, the days are so short. I hate it. So let's see what Gianluca says. Autumn is neutral for me. The winter I hate because it's cold. While the spring and summer I like them for the good weather. But autumn, I don't know what to say. I agree. Autumn, I think autumn can be nice, especially at the beginning. But then when it gets towards winter and it gets cold and gray, I don't like so much. And rainy. Okay. Let's continue to our final season, winter. Dun, dun, dun. So a lot of students have said they don't like winter because it's cold, and the days are short. Is there something that you like about winter? What do you like about winter? Something positive? Come on, there has to be some positive things. For example, I love Christmas. I like the holiday feeling. I like seeing my family for lunch or dinner. I like decorating. I like the Christmas feeling, and Christmas is in winter. So, what else is nice about winter? Anything else? It's cold. If you think that it's cold in Italy in winter, imagine, I don't know, in Sweden or in Canada. Even my brother lives in Chicago, and in Chicago in winter is very cold. Chicago is called the Windy City because there's a lot of wind and really cold wind and snow. You see, you like Christmas and the New Year. Gabriela says, I don't like winter. But I don't know, I think there's something nice when you can stay inside the house, maybe with the fire, and you don't have to go outside. You can have a blanket. There's something very nice, no? To stay in the house and eat something hot like a soup or, I don't know. You guys are not convinced, I can see. I don't know if any of you like skiing, but what other activities can we do in winter? I don't know, maybe it's nice to do some indoor activities, like, I don't know, going to the cinema, bowling. Yeah, I think we all agree. Gianluca, you're right. You can stay with relatives in the winter period and Christmas. Something very nice about staying with family or friends. So everyone likes Christmas and New Year, but winter, not so much. Do you guys usually stay home for the winter holidays or do you go somewhere? I think most people in Italy stay home or go to visit relatives. What do you guys do? Ah, Gaia likes the gifts. Yes, my son is very, very excited about Christmas just for the presents. I try to explain that it's about family and the spirit of Christmas, but I think my son is still very happy about the presents. Yes, I love the snow, but there is no snow, at least in Quarata. There is no snow. Yeah, it's a joke because you are more mature, Gaia. My son is not so mature. I think it's nice to stay home, no? You guys don't like to stay home? Well, now maybe I shouldn't say this now. It's not a good time to say, oh, it's nice to stay home. So Gianluca either goes to relatives or his relatives come to him. Yeah, usually I visit family for Christmas. Yes, sometimes, but not often, Ranieri. This year there was no snow. No. Okay. So, okay, we can't really do this activity to interview each other about your favorite seasons. But if you want to write something, a paragraph about your favorite season and why, you can answer questions. You can do it, no problem, and we will check it. Since we have a few minutes, very few, like 4 minutes, I can send you a link to a page where you have some vocabulary about the different seasons. Let me just add it in the comments. 1 second, sorry. There are some worksheets you can do if you want to learn new vocabulary. I'll post them here. You also have the answer. You have 2 versions. You can download the worksheet. And on one, you have the empty sheet with no answers. And the second sheet, you have the answers, so you can check. Let me show you just quickly an example. Sorry, I'm gonna, so you can see what I mean. Where is it? I can't find you. I'll put it here. I don't know if you can see. It's a bit small. So we have different activities that we can do in different seasons. You have some pictures that are beautiful. You have some pictures, and you have a word list of things that you can do. So one thing, for example, that we didn't talk about, the first picture on the left, what is it? What can you see in that picture? You see a man with a hat. What is he doing? What's the activity? It's gardening. We didn't speak about this, but this is definitely an activity that we do in spring, gardening. So I see that Luca asked me when the next lesson is. You have a focus 4-5 tomorrow at 6, if you're interested. Focus 4-5 at 6. Gaia, you say it's the only season in which you can drink hot chocolate, winter. Yes, it's true. If you go to the cafe in Italy and you ask for hot chocolate, they usually don't have any hot chocolate in spring, autumn, only in winter for a short time. Okay, so if you guys want to stay a few minutes more, I'll show you some more pictures. Here you have a list. It's easier if you do this, obviously, at home, but we have different words. We also have what you can wear. For example, you can wear a raincoat in spring. Also, the typical celebration in spring. You know, what's the party that we celebrate in spring? The weather, different things, different vocabulary about spring. And then if you look at the next sheet, you have already the answer. Then we have one for summer, etc., etc., etc. So if you want to have a look, feel free. This is a good, simple worksheet you can do. Okay, guys, that's it. See you soon for another focus or a lesson. Try to sign up for some live lessons where you can actually interact. We're offering our students to do lessons and focuses on Skype. So ask Elena or Lisa if you want to do them. Bye. See you soon. Bye-bye.